Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. Today we had arrived to our day 222. 222 steps in this path of the I Am. It's very symbolic that today is 222. That this is our 222 gathering, because all we are doing is because of a new humanity, trying to put our intention on creating something new, something that we expect to leave this 2022 and to experience this day 22 to 2022 with a gathering in 1 year. And all of this is just an expectation, an idea. So it's amazing that the day 222 of our alignments is the topic of utopia. So let's speak today about this topic of utopia. To try to understand what this concept means in our vision of the things from the perspective of our inner Pisces, is the vision of this aspect of ourselves. So first of all, let's understand what utopia means, so we can understand the next. Utopia comes from the Greek utopos, meaning no, and topos meaning place. So this means no place. There is no place. And the infinitive, well, not the infinitive, the suffix ia or ya, utopia, means the concept of. So utopia means the concept of a place that is not there. In Greek language. So to understand utopia, we will have to go a few months ago when we were in Sagittarius, speaking about how the purpose was created in front of us in our path. So let's go to the very beginning of the humanity, how we started. That we said that the first humans, they were in the south of Africa, in the continent, and they were living in the forest and local. And suddenly climate change there was a big drop, and everyone had to start migrate, to look for a different place where they could have food, mainly. So they went into the horizon and they started to look for this food. Where can we find it? Trees and animals, whatever. So they started to go towards the horizon, imagining how that place would look like, with many trees, with many animals, a lot of water. So they kept looking into it. It was never enough, because every time they reached a perfect place, they said, no, but it should have this or that. And so they kept imagining this place that is better and even better than the first one or the last one they visited. So they started to create this idea, this path, the stories that the old ones told to the young ones, telling this place has the best trees, the best animals, the best waters. It has everything you can possibly need: security, happiness, everything is there. So the stories were so beautiful that no place in the earth would fit that description. It was like a dream. So that's why nobody could find it. And they started to call this place the place of no place. And that's utopia. So along this path, when they were trying to reach for this beautiful place, they understood that there is no place in earth that could fit in that perfection. So they just said, well, this place only can exist with the gods in the heavens. So they started to design this place in the heavens. And that was the only place where you could go when you die, when you go to live with the gods. And that's why the utopia started to be something attached to the heavens. The cultures and the religions took this idea to design the perfect place where you go after you die. El último horizonte. Tras el último horizonte, cuando uno muere, encuentra el paraíso, la utopía. So they call this the last horizon, when you die, the last trip you take. And there you find the paradise, the utopia. So when they were describing this utopic place, the people could see that this was like a dream. It was so perfect that it's like a dream. And you cannot touch it. You can only think about it, dream about it. And this is why this is an ideal place, an idyllic place. And idyllic is the origin, its origin is the idea. The idea is the shape, the forms. It's only real. So even if this place is just imagination, it was the key for the humans to expand, for the humans to be what we are. Because without that place, we wouldn't have walked through all the realities that we have been through. So for the religious people, the spiritual people, they thought like this place is like an award for everything that you have done in your life, for the path of your life. And for the agnostic and atheistic people, this place idea is like the perfect system where you can find perfection, where all the effort takes its benefits. So even if it is through the path of spirituality or through the path of society, sociology, the concept of utopia is something that we all need, that we all have used to improve ourselves, because that's the idea of perfection that we are looking for. When we look to do something to make it perfect, to transcend ourselves into perfection, that's the idea that moves us forward. The utopia is just an idea. It doesn't really exist. It's not the place. It's just the image that we have in our mind that we expect to be. Like, for example, people that is looking for enlightenment, people that is willing to transcend their lives, people that wants to reach the perfect society, to reach the world peace. Is the motus that these people we have in order to go, to find it, to keep going. But it's not real. It doesn't exist. So utopia is like this idea, imaginary idea, that helps us move forward to look for something better, because never is enough. So speaking about utopia, let's try to make an example of what is this utopia. 1,000 years ago, in the Middle Ages, what we are living today is an utopia for everyone. But they don't even have that. For them was impossible. Today we have much more people complaining about our reality than people complaining in the Middle Ages during the Inquisition. And it's not because of the quantity of population. It was because we only have two options, or the Christian heaven or the Muslim heaven, and some others maybe around. But we here today, we are living an utopia that has been thought 300 years ago only. 300 years ago, democracy, republics, free decision, free speech was just an illusion, was just an utopia. A few decades ago, to think about equality in between men and women, utopia. A few decades ago, to think about racist equality, even if we should not say racist, also utopia. And we are still complaining, even if we are living the utopia of people that is still alive. Hay personas que en esta misma vida siguen vivas hoy en día y han visto cómo sus utopías se hacían reales. Y aún así no es suficiente. There is people alive still that have seen along their lives how their utopia became true. And even though it's not enough, we're still complaining. So we are still complaining because a utopia is an idea that lives only in our mind, that is impossible to manifest, because it doesn't matter what we do here. The things that we imagine in our mind will be never exactly here as we expect. We will have always something to improve. And as much we earn the ability to be free of thinking, not to be pressed by the thoughts of others or the beliefs of others, and we start to believe in ourselves, each one of us, each individual will have its own idea, so its own utopia. So it will never be enough to make everyone happy, ever. The idea of utopia is not to arrive to a place. It was made in order for us to move forward. How many of us have been living, thinking, and asking ourselves, am I going to leave the change? I am going to be able to enjoy all this effort that we are doing? And now ask yourself, how many people have died thinking that during the process of that change, but thinking that it was not enough because it was not like they had it in their minds? When we live our lives just thinking about reaching our utopia, we are missing the important thing, that the change is happening right around us, not in front. So imagine, for example, this what we are doing now. We are here speaking about all this. I'm sharing all my truth here with you in a Muslim country, being homosexual. And my organization is all ruled by women. How? I would have been in jail. This is the utopia that we are living. I cannot expect anymore. The important thing to understand here is that what we are doing of that this, knowing that this is perfect, it doesn't mean that we should not do anything for the future. We have to do things. We have to work a lot. We have to do many things to get better, to transform, to change many things. We have many things to do, of course. But it doesn't mean that the perfection is in front. It doesn't mean that it's in the future where we will see the results. It's not there. We have to keep doing things and getting better. But we have to realize that what we are living is our utopia. That we had accomplished many things. If we are all the time thinking about the perfection of the future, we are not understanding all the accomplished. So just reminding you about what we have spoken these days. Nothing exists. Nothing really exists. There's nothing here. This is just an image, an idea of something. Remember, dimension 0. This is all just an idea. So if it is so, this means that there's no time, no space in the basis of the universe, which means that everything is an utopia. Everything. Which means that we are utopia. So why should we put utopia ahead, in the future, in front, if we can download it here and now? Remember that the reason why we put utopia in front of us is because in our history as mammals, we were looking for that imaginary place in front in the horizon, looking for it. But in the universe, there's no horizon, there's no time. So why to put it ahead? If it is everywhere. That moves the soul in order to create the body. The utopia is this constant seeking of being something different, of transforming ourselves to find out different ways of being. It's an idyllic dream that pushes forward. It's not a place where we have to go. It's not a place of perfection. Utopia is a dream that creates us. And this is a good thing to understand about the attributes of Pisces. That Pisces is not looking for that utopia in front. Pisces is trying to live that utopia here, now, by loving everyone unconditionally, by living this love, doing everything that they can for the rest. Living it here and now. We cannot build utopia willing to accomplish goals in the future. The way we accomplish our goals is by enjoying them and choosing them here and now, choosing what we live. So, for example, to seek for enlightenment, when you're looking for enlightenment, like let's run to get to the seventh dimension to find enlightenment. When you are willing to find enlightenment in that way, you are forgetting something really important, that the seventh dimension is not a place you can go, it's a light you can feel within. When you enlighten your inner self by acknowledging that you are all that. So the seventh dimension is the enlightenment, the shining process where you put together all what you are. So what is the goal on running to do that when you already are that? Enlightenment, to seek enlightenment in the future, is the way in which a mammal understands the utopia. So, for example, I have my own utopia, which is the ontocracy. The ontocracy is a social system that I am imagining in my head, which is my own utopia for the future. Because my utopia is not spiritual, it's not about global peace and so on. That's too much for, well, I don't know. But I'm not thinking about that utopia. I'm thinking just in willing to build a system that could help to transcend the actual social systems. So that's my utopia. But the problem would be if I believe that that utopia is the best one. The problem would be if I say this would be the only system that can help. Actually, my utopia, which is ontocracy, it doesn't have a political or cultural or whatever vision. It doesn't have an ideology specifically. Because the concept of this utopia is for it to keep being a utopia, so we can improve, so we can get better once and again. When we just think that this is the perfect system, so that's when it doesn't work. The basics of an utopia is that we can keep transforming ourselves, not that it to be perfect. So now, two things about the utopia that I want for you to have. The first one is that utopia, from the point of view of humans, is that motivation that we have to move forward, to transform ourselves constantly. On the other hand, utopia for the cosmos is everything, because nothing really exists. Everything is just a dream from the point of view of the universe. So everything is an utopia that makes us a dream. So if we become aware of the dream, we become dreamers, being able to live their own utopia. So here comes the idea of the purpose. The purpose, remember, to put something ahead. So a utopia is the purpose that keeps us transforming ourselves. And in the universe, if there's no ahead, so the purpose can be only one thing: oneself. Okay, so let's begin with alignment. Sit comfortable, close your eyes, and concentrate in your breathing.
I pay attention to the energy of my body, feeling it like waves of the sea, waves of cold and heat. I try to connect, to perceive which emotions are moving around my body as this energy, how they go through me, and I pay attention to the places of my body where this emotion are moving, going through like these waves. I recognize that this emotion is the energy that comes from the magnetism that emerges from the particles that create the atoms that constitute my body. I recognize and become aware that all my emotions and energies are nothing else that a pulse that emerges from the void in between my atoms. So I take a deep breath and I expand this energy towards the cosmos, disintegrating my body like a star exploding in the universe. As I breathe, as I feel nothing expanded in the cosmos, I recognize myself as a being outside of time, outside of space,
I am the utopia of the universal mind. So I become aware that this utopia is not in front of me, is not in the perfection of the future. It is right here, now, in me. And I can create it today. I am the only one able to find the will to create the purpose that takes me to the utopia that I am. Take a deep breath. As I can imagine this utopia, I use all these atoms that I expanded of myself, and I imagine creating this utopia, this perfection of myself expanded in the outside, around and within. Breathe. And as I imagine this perfection, this place, I sing my vibration as I activate and hold it. I am the will of the purpose. I am the will of purpose. I am the will of purpose. As I take deep breath, I start to bring all these molecules, atoms, particles towards me again, shaping my body, bringing that utopia here and now. Take a deep breath, start to bring all this consciousness throughout your body, coming back here and now, each one at its own time. Before I go, that I was reading when I came back, apparently the connection went away for some times. So the first thing is about what to do when that happened. Remember, I say this to everyone, but mainly for the ones that are following constantly this path, that even if it cuts, you just keep doing it in your own way. Okay? It's just be present in your own self and remember that it is just to expand the idea and then to contract it again and bring that consciousness through your body. Okay, so so you just keep doing it, look for the music if you need, and just do that. Okay, the second thing is about some people were saying that the music was too loud. So remember that it doesn't matter exactly if you listen what I'm saying, because I'm just doing a guidance that someday I will appear, I won't be here anymore. So the important thing is the music. Remember that the music is the important thing here, because it was made not to accompany the meditation. It was not done to accompany the meditation. It was done to balance the whole process of the whole year. Okay, so that's why for me it's much more important that you listen to music than what I say. Okay, because that's the thing that aligns us all together. Remember that the music is non-stop 24 hours in the blog. Yo soy.red. Yo soy.red. Thank you everybody for being here as always, and thank you to have accompanied me until the day 222. See you tomorrow as always at the same time.